Well, the weather has cheered up very, very nicely. Yes, it has. That's Reese. He's not a very sociable chap. And it's that time of night, that time of afternoon, when I need to start thinking about cooking my dinner. It involves fish because it's Friday, and it's a good time to just have a look and see if I've achieved anything much. I have. Not as much as I would have liked, but you know, I get the chance, I hope, to do some more tomorrow. So we have a look. We avoid treading on cats. I've done other things as well. I've cut firewood. I changed the brushes on my circular saw because while I was doing that it decided to stop. And I've spent a few moments looking at the charrette. Now, I want one of you to get your pencil and paper out and make notes, because I'm learning things about how this was made. And when I get to reassemble it, I know that I'll have forgotten what I worked out. These bits are what I would call the shafts. You know, they're the bits that you stick the horse between, attach the harness and all that sort of thing. And they're bolted through the box of the carriage, through onto the springs. But there are other fixings that clearly were put in place before the shaft. So it becomes obvious that the way that these were assembled is the coach builders, the cabinet makers, call them what you will, made the wooden body. You'll see that I've taken the floorboards out. They were wormy and rotten, and they will be replaced. But yes, they would have made the box. Having made the box, they would have then mounted it on the running gear. And once it was on its wheels, they would have then inserted the shafts and bolted them through. What I'm not clear about is whether they measured everything carefully and pre-drilled everything, or whether they slid them in, clamped them tight and then drilled them. I don't know whether, you know, what way round they did that. But for example, this bolt, carriage bolt, that had the footstep on it, was fitted before the shaft. This one, on the other hand, goes all the way through, and I don't know if you can see, but they're not perfectly square. So there we are. So I think the next thing for me to do really is to unbolt the springs, the axle, take the body off of the axle, get these shafts out and restore the body of the cart, remount it on the springs, and then put some new shafts in. This one is still in one piece, but I can feel that it's gone brittle. It wouldn't take too much pressure on that to snap it off. This one, as you can see, has already, can you see? He said, moving the camera about. Yes, this one had already broken. Hardly a surprise. They're oak, they've got ordinary iron bolts going through them. Iron and oak doesn't mix. And I'm sure for 20, 30, 40 years it gave good service. But it would have been kept in the dry, and it would have been looked after. Years of just leaving it out in the weather, the oak becomes brittle and fouls. It's going to be an interesting job making replacement shafts. I think I've got wood the right size to make them out of. I think I have. The other thing that's going to be a challenge is repairing the wheels. The spokes traditionally are made out of oak. The felloes traditionally are made out of ash. I need to make some replacement spokes, and I need to make some replacement fellows. But that will be an interesting bit of work in winter, I think.